तेरी तेरी यादों का तेरी याद में निहा 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 तेरी
Yo, what is up? It is Wednesday night. It's time for the Hesi Podcast. Excuse my voice. Let me clear my throat. That's a great day.
Goddamn. If y'all want to party like we do.
Hey, what's up, man? You how y'all living tonight, Boogie? I see you down there. Russ, what's good?
You know, hey, that's my name, you know what I'm saying? They call me what's good, you know, Boogie. So it's always good. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey man, look.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Look, man,
I should have because I mean it.
Hey man, look, you know what I'm saying? As long as you walking upright, man, and you got breath in your lungs, it's always a good day. God damn it. That's what I say.
You know what, man? It ain't too bad to be alive right here, even for three niggas on the show.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I do have one thing to say before we jump off the sports shit. This isn't out of bounds, of course. You know, out of bounds.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna cover some mad shit for out of bounds. But I want to say, Plies could never. This is not a music podcast, but we sometimes have musical takes. And today there was a meme that said a lot of y'all talk about the greatness of Wayne, Lil Wayne, and y'all forget to mention Plies and T-Pain and the run that they had. And what I want to sit here and say is one, if you want to compare the other two, really you can't really compare the other two. But if you want to compare some people, leave Wayne out of it. The disrespect of this man's getting as not being the GOAT of rap, and we can argue that all day, but he's better than everybody else at rapping, in my opinion.
That's a hot take, dog.
In every facet of what you want for a rapper, that's in bars, entertainment, top hits, what you call it, spitting, giving you content on content. Wayne's the best to ever do it. And the Drop 3 changed my life. So, and you can have your opinions. I'm just saying overall, just as much music as he's given us, for them to compare him to Plies and T-Pain is disrespectful. Plies could never make a Feel Me. Plies could never make a Birdman Jr.
Hey man, the mob. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Plies could never make the mob. Yeah, I'm just saying. I just want to sit here and be for the ones that hey, damn, we're gonna get to the damn sports. If you disrespect Wayne,
since you sit there and you want to get to sports, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm present another question. What is the proper way to orchestrate a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich? We just gonna take it right here and right now.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
All right, so look, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna go ahead. Me and Russ, we got our answers. Sterling, how do you use a simple bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich? No bagel. This is just toast.
It's
bacon,
toast.
Bacon. Yeah, bagel.
First of all, hold on now.
No bagels.
Hold on. Bagel changes everything.
Nigga, I want white bread. Okay, toasted.
Okay.
I put grape jelly on it. Okay. Oh, nigga, yeah, stop. Yeah, you already know that shit's live. Then I throw my eggs. Then I put 3 pieces of bacon right next to each other like that.
I need to know in the structure, like from top, middle, and bottom, because there's a right answer.
What's your base?
Bacon,
your base
cheese, egg,
bread. That's it.
Thank you.
That's the right fucking answer. That is the only correct answer.
Is there another way?
No, it's not. And people be sitting there like, I want the bacon on top with the egg and the cheese. No, nigga. Cheese minus the sandwich. Yeah, that is the glue that holds it together.
Hey.
I'm glad. See, Rail. Yes, Rail. I hope that yo is for agreement.
First of all, when you ask a big nigga about food, I'm gonna come correct with it. You ain't gonna get bad takes out of me when it comes to food, player.
Hey man, look, with a bagel, it changes. It changes it. The bagel changes the structure of it. With the bagel, you want to have the egg to be the base, or in my personal thing, you have 2 slices of cheese, one at the top and one at the bottom, to protect the openings of the bagel.
Okay. So here, I feel like now I will eat a good bacon, bagel, egg, cheese sandwich. But don't y'all feel like sometimes the bagel be doing too much, bro?
It does. The bagel is too much. It's too chewy. It's got too much going on.
Yeah, nigga, I want that egg to bread to moistness ratio. You know what I'm saying?
You toast your bread like medium. You toast your bread like medium. So it's not too hard, and it's just enough.
You already know.
That crunch, nigga, and then that
if my toast sit up like this, it ain't right, bro. And that mud, it needs to be like, coming down a little bit.
But see, that's all I needed to hear. I know I'm in good company.
But Russ, dog, I mean,
the bun is not pancakes or waffles.
Listen, Weezy the GOAT. I don't know about that, bro.
He's peep this. And those who know me, I listen to a lot of music. Some of my best friends are DJs, right, Boogie? So I'm gonna say this, like, he is, and that's but he's not my favorite. If anybody knows, my favorite rapper is Future. I don't give a fuck. You can hate it.
Right. Future's dope. I love Future.
So, and that's just like, I just like listening to that shit. Don't ask me anything else. I listen to a whole lot of other people, but as far as like, if I was to say, Russell, what would you describe, like, if an alien came down and was like, what is a rapper? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say, go listen to Wayne. I would just say, go listen to Wayne, because like he encompasses all of that. And can we put this comment up here? Because
which one?
People want us, this one right here. I want y'all to watch, but I want y'all to realize that this is a Mickey Mouse championship versus a Bubble championship.
Oh Lord.
These are the switcheroo crew. And he spoke first. So I'm just letting people know this is like KD, you know what I'm saying, playing with Golden State, playing versus himself. Because some niggas couldn't cut the mustard and had to switch teams. On to the next. Since you want to talk. But I hope that y'all watch it. And yes, I lost in the semifinal, and I'm salty as fuck. And I'm going to be back. We are going to be back. I'm salty as hell. And so is everybody.
Man, you know what? Speaking of championships, in our dynasty, I went on and got me one, dog. I'm tribal chief right now, and my recruiting class this season is like, it's dirty, bro. I got like 6 5-stars right now. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations. Speaking of games, because I want to talk about the NCAA just a quick, because I gotta give the people the Discord. But before we talk about the Discord, because Boogie, you've been fucking with the bots. But before I talk about the Discord and stuff, you haven't seen it yet. I would say I got a chance. This could be the out of bounds. I got a chance to play Madden. I know we are college football. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But seeing as though we are in this realm of talking sports and also talking sports video games, it's a must that, you know what I'm saying, I play everything. So I went ahead and then I copped that joint. And I'll say this. To me personally, it's not better than NCAA, but it's not a bad game. I think it moves a lot smoother. I think it moves a lot smoother, and it still plays kind of I call it bogged down. It puts you kind of in a box like Madden does. It's not as fast or free moving, but I will say it looks very good. The games are played. It played well. It wasn't sticky, but it does play at a different pace than college. But I'm not going to poo-poo the game. I'm going to give it its due, and partly because they added the passing from college in there, and the passing from college, which, as y'all know, the new passing is more timing based, it's more realistic. You can throw it just without dealing with the shit that goes on in EA Sports video games. It doesn't happen as often when you throw it with this new passing. So it's in Madden. So you know what I'm saying? We've been waiting a decade. Gave college a 10, of course. We 10 out of 10. We all did, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But you're talking a lot of shit right now because, nigga, that Madden is bad. It's bad.
You think it's bad?
It looks good. It looks good. The menus look good. The actual game, like in game, it looks amazing.
It looks great. No, it looks great.
The gameplay is slow, like you mentioned, but it doesn't. There's like no excitement in the game. I feel like there's not much different in terms of gameplay than last year to me. That's what it feels like, because college is so much faster. It's free. You know what I'm saying? This is like more constructed. I feel like stiff when I play it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
No. That's facts. No, that's facts. But I'll say this: when you think about like college and the pros is more stiff. You know what I'm saying? It is more constructed. And what I was looking for is not necessarily, which I haven't got to do a whole lot of, but I felt a little bit is it's just a little bit more freedom of motion. And they did add that little bit of freedom of motion in Madden that hasn't been there in years.
A little bit, you're right.
It used to be, I used to call it magnets. Like it didn't matter what you did. Like your guy's going to do some funky shit and float this way or float that way. And the main thing I was looking for to see if this game's going to be good or bad is if they're going to get rid of that type of shit, because college is fun because all the shit we talk back and forth between me and my homies and everything. The thing is everybody plays differently, but everybody's able to get their shit off. And that's one thing in Madden that's normally lacking is the fact that everybody kind of that's good plays the same way. Like there's no like diversity in the type of skill, like the type of plays you call. Everybody's calling crossers and play action. It's all the same shit. And so I think that with a little bit more freedom of movement, and I'm going to play some more, but just off of first, chance playing, getting to play a couple games, it's not bad. It's just we enjoy what we get from college and the freedom.
Okay.
And
I see what you're trying to say. So let's act like we're talking to niggas here. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you smash a girl and you say the pussy ain't bad, your boys be like, nigga, that's whack, nigga. But that shit was whack. That's how Madden is. It's like,
can I add on to that? Can I add on to that? Because it's all right, and I know nothing about this fight. I'm just piggybacking off of what you guys. I know nothing. I know nothing about everything. So it's kind of like it would be more like if you was like,
hold on, am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
No, not necessarily. I was gonna say, let me describe it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So it's like, was it good? It's like, nah, but and then the second question is, what you gonna do Friday if you ain't got nothing else? I'm gonna call it. So like it's one of those kind of things. Like if college football, like I imagine that all of us that are playing and all of us that enjoy college football and the freeness of the game, like I imagine that all of us are gonna choose to play that. But I'm saying if your homie is like, yo, like, we'll play a game of Madden right quick. Like I'm not gonna say, gross. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, yeah, we can randomize play real quick, and then I'm gonna play college more. But I'm just saying I'm not disappointed. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Is it a matter of quality versus quantity? Because the quality of the game, it ain't nowhere where it needs to be. You could tell that like college football got all of EA's attention.
Yeah.
And
I think you're right. I was just agreeing. Go ahead.
No. It's like I guess maybe it wouldn't be so bad if Madden hadn't been promising us that it was just going to be a much better game for all these years. And the fact that they are so slow at making it here's case in point. NCAA came out. Now they've been working on this game for 4 years, right? Solid.
Longer than that. They were working on this game for like a decade, damn near.
Well, yeah, I don't know the duration of how long it took.
Well,
game, like you look at where Madden, like if you took the old Madden, like there's some similarities between Madden and NCAA. So I'm not going to give NCAA the credit of like they built this game from scratch. But what I'm saying is like they didn't have to do too much from a coding standpoint, just because of my nature of work. They didn't have to do too much different to create this game. It's on the same engine, etc. I feel like they could have done a much better job with Madden, because if we look at NCAA, we say, damn, this game is fun. Like they did a damn good job. Yeah. They could do the same thing with Madden, but they choose not to. And I just want to know why. You know what I'm saying?
And I said this when we were talking about NCAA at the jump. It's because it has to be made for Xbox One.
You think they're holding them up?
That's the only thing so like you do coding and people know tech, like how in the world can we expect a game that is made for only programs that can process at a certain speed supposed to keep up with one game that's made to process at a higher level and a higher rate, because it's only made to play on the top rate. Hey, what's up, Poe? It's only made to play on the highest end. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's their issue. I don't know why they keep
I don't know.
trying. I mean, they're trying to get a money grab from the people that aren't able to get a new system. But to me, it's one of those things where like you should split them up. This is the problem. Yeah,
go ahead, Boogie.
It's kind of like this, and I've heard other developers even say this. They only want to really make titles for the next gen systems, but they don't want to include the series. Was it Series S? That's they don't want to include the Series S because they say it's like you're running a race and you have like the two fastest people in the world, but they have this slow fat kid that they got to hold their hand and keep.
Oh my bad, not the Series S. That's just the first Xbox One.
Yeah, but this one I heard it was the Series S because the specs are just not as up to par as the other two systems. And
I don't know.
Well,
I'm my bad because I just as a like piece of a nerd. I can't fully agree with that because playing college, I have a Series S, the little white box, and so like I don't think it's the fact because that one processes at a very high rate and can process the newest games.
It's not that is that they're limited because they have to include that one as well. They can't.
No, that's the Xbox One. That's what the Series X is.
I can see not to get into it and make it a long drawn out, but I'll send you some articles where some developers basically kind of petition and trying to convince Xbox to kind of leave it. But the problem is that there's a big not a big fan base, a big consumer base that has those, and you'll kind of alienate those guys out and not understand where Microsoft is coming from. You don't want to, that's a big problem if you leave those guys.
The only reason why I'm tripping because I'm just like because I have a Series S and if I'm playing the new college, you know what I'm saying, and it's fine. Now I know for a fact that if I had an Xbox One, I couldn't even get college, couldn't even play it.
Yeah.
So I that's why I was saying I think it's the original black Xbox One box because that's the only one that's on Madden. Like Madden is made for both.
Yeah, so, and even on PlayStation because half their base on PlayStation is PlayStation 4 users.
Okay, so we're saying the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Wrong, but the semantics wrong. But we're saying that, and Boogie's trying to tell you that the game college is made for like
the
Bugatti.
next gen systems.
Yeah, and this other one is made for Bugattis, but they got another little thing in there that it'll work for a Toyota too. It'll work for a Toyota too. And it's like you can't have that. Like college is so smooth and plays so well, and it's like you can tell this is running at a higher rate. Like it's processing at a higher rate. When you play Madden, you can tell this isn't running at as a high rate as college, but it looks great. So so that's kind of where they're tricking people because people kind of think that if it looks great, it is what it is. No, it's how the game plays, and that's why college is so fun because you really just lock up and play football.
All right, Poe, we talking about the differences in Madden and NCAA, which you probably haven't even played yet. For those of y'all that don't know, Poe plays on the PC.
Because I got a Tesla. You guys got Bugatti and Porsches. I got a Tesla. I got a PC.
That's the race. There you go.
PC people. I got two friends that are PC guys, and I hear that shit from them. Yeah. So
I mean, he's not lying, but like
he's not. Y'all are better than everybody, but y'all ain't got the game. Y'all ain't got the community. Yeah.
Y'all got to keep buying the graphics card every couple of years now.
If you guys would get the game off of those dinosaurs and onto this actual setup, and maybe we can make PCs better. We could all just work on a smaller PC for you guys that don't like carrying those big consoles around.
Nah, give me my big clunky spaceship and the PS5 all day, dog.
We don't want we don't want AWSD. We want the sticks, boy.
This is what I play on. What are you talking about? This is what I play on PC.
So
what is that? What is that?
Why even do that? Why don't you just get a 5? Like, why don't you just get a 5 and play the game?
Because a PC is faster, it's more reliable, it's better in every facet of a console. What do you mean?
I mean, it is better.
No.
Better.
COD, and Overwatch and all that type of games, I get. But if you're trying to lock up with your boys on a sports game, get a console.
So you're talking about out of like design; those are outside of the consoles. That's like my friends have consoles, so why don't I get a console? But like, if we're just talking about if games are better on the PC or
there's no comparison,
right? That's what I'm saying. So
but that's what people that aren't a part of the master race are trying to explain to y'all. Like, especially me, I used to play. I go back to Counter-Strike. You know what I'm saying? Like that on PC. So I know what you're talking about. But I'm sitting here saying,
come do with the Palladians.
If I can't play with my, but if I can't play with my people. And I can't get on the Madden, the 2K, and the sports games. What's fuck? I'm just gonna get a system, bro. It all looks good. I'm from the days of Sega. All this shit looks dope.
It's probably because I'm a COD guy. I'm a shooter, and I play online. So like,
but that's cross-plat. We can get it in.
But he said, Dale says PCs have to have hardware updated more frequently.
That's true.
Which is
like graphics
cards. I mean, it's true.
Take like 2 seconds.
And who's RPO Jesus? Dale.
That's Hurricane.
Dale been working on the RPO game for like 5 years.
3. It was like 3-4 years, bro.
Yeah, dog. He is like when it comes to RPO, there's not a person in our group that runs it better than him.
Man, Dale, we gotta lock up because I'll be Florida State just to piss you off.
That nigga tricky with the RPOs, dog. That's all I'm saying, bro.
It don't matter. I'll be Florida State just to piss you off. And I'm
like, you gotta use to the corner for RPO.
Listen, Russ, you gotta lock up with Poe first, y'all, before you play anybody else or do anything else. You gotta lock up with Poe.
But when we that's something that we gotta set up. And
we got to set that up.
Anytime we come out to Florida, we come out to Florida, I come out to Texas. I mean, it's hot regardless.
No, but believe me, I'm not the type to duck, so it's gonna happen.
All right,
like, as soon as y'all let me know, Russ, this the date, I'm gonna show up because ain't no bitch over here. Like I'm with you.
Okay.
So, but you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna get that locked up. But as far as the gaming side goes, yeah, Paul, you need to go get.
Oh shit! Your boys on you, Russ. They on you, dog.
You know what? You know what?
They own you, dog.
Can I say y'all something though? This man right here, he did a whole lot of crying and moaning to get his favorite team because he thought he was cold and he got bent over.
What team is that?
USC. And honestly, like I let him talk his shit. That's my nigga. But he knows. Like last time he played, he can only play with one team. I done beat USC with Oklahoma. I done beat USC with Notre Dame. I done beat USC playing random. Like, come on now, dog. Stop. I'm not gonna tell the story. This the truth. What Gucci say? This is not a diss record. It's the truth. Last time I got Notre Dame, we put your dick in the dirt. So please stop.
I don't know.
But you are. But I will say this though. I will say this though. To all those, I'm talking shit to him. If y'all play him, he might put 60 on you. So I'm just gonna let that be known. I'm talking shit to him. Y'all PS5 niggas and everybody else. My nigga USC, he nice with it. But when it comes to me. Nigga, get out of my face, bruh. You can only play with one team. Until you can beat me with another team, don't say nothing.
No, I playing with one team is not.
What y'all gonna say?
But I will say this though. The Hesi Podcast Xbox League is gonna be a favorites league, and I am gonna be Oklahoma, and I'm gonna punish you like I do and play now. And so you are in the ship. He is in the ship, y'all. But guess what? Last season, he got his ass broke off, and he was like, I gotta be a different team, y'all. I gotta change. I gotta be a different team. Everybody else said we gonna build. So KD, enjoy your time at the top. You like KD when he was drinking them beers and throwing up at the same time. You can't have this shit, nigga. Like you had to go get someone to hold your hand. Crimson and gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need the crimson and cream. Because I'm real like that. You needed to go get your squad. And you know deep down, this hurts you. When I say this,
you're
not about that life. No, he's not about. No, he's laughing because me and this thing go back and forth. You're not about that life, buddy. What did Dirk say? This nigga in the streets. I thought you was a hooper, nigga. Stop playing with me, dog. You're not really about that life, dog.
Oh, he in the chip. Oh,
but I will say this though. Poe, I would love you just like them. I would, and you.
If you win the championship, you can beat me by 50. If I'm in the championship, it don't matter.
In the chat, y'all told him I'm hating. I'm dancing on the motherfucking hopscotch like nigga. I don't like you niggas. I don't like the way you pick your favorite team. You cry that you lost. But anyways, we can move on.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it tonight. We're gonna talk some NFL just a little bit. You know, We got some ideas, right? And we're gonna, NCAA football, the real season is right here. We had week 0 last week, so obviously this is week 1. We're gonna give our thoughts on week 0 and look forward to some matchups this upcoming weekend. So shall we get into? We are now officially in the Hesi podcast right now. Let's do this shit.
I was in it before because we was in it. Gaming.
But now we talking. We talking. We talking.
Getting into the shit.
Why are we here? You know what I'm saying?
Come to the square, nigga.
First of all, I gotta get something off my chest. It's real quick, and it kind of segues into our first conversation. But did y'all see the survey where they said Josh Allen was overrated?
Yeah, man, they hate
both NFL players. They said Josh Allen was overrated. Did y'all see that?
Yeah,
that slipped past me. Go ahead and give me a little bit of.
I think there was a poll of 100 players or something that some unanimous or an anonymous person took that had NFL players in it, and they compiled a list of the most overrated players. And Josh Allen was the first on the list as the most overrated. I'm gonna look for the list right now. And I'll tell you,
the quarterbacks was Josh, Jalen Hurts, Tua.
Josh, Jalen Hurts, and Tua. Yep. So those 1, 2, and 3. As we're going here, I'll look at this and find it. But thoughts on that? Like, because I'm a Bills fan, I watch all 22. Like, I don't think Josh Allen's overrated, but
I don't think Josh Allen's overrated. Like, I think when we did our top quarterbacks going into the season, I had Josh at 2 or 3. I just don't. I want to know why. Like, why?
Right.
Like,
I'll tell you why. This is what they said.
I have an answer for that. Like,
this is what they said. This is what they said. They said he throws too many interceptions.
Okay.
And it's interceptions and turnovers.
Brett Favre's trash.
Bro, stop. He might be a trash human off the field.
Yeah.
On the field, that nigga is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So he stole money from black people in Mississippi. Fuck Brett Favre. All hell Pat McAfee. Good shit, nigga. Fuck that old nigga. I don't like Brett Favre. And I'm gonna say it twice. Fuck Brett Favre, nigga. Whack ass.
Hey man, don't be coming trying to sue us because Russ.
Yeah.
Because
when it comes to
I ain't say nothing about nothing except fuck Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Like.
See, we gotta do that to Russ. You see, yeah. he go get us sued, dog. The Hesi podcast is growing, rapidly. Each month the downloads keep going up. So we thank y'all for y'all support. So Brett Favre, if you're watching this, you a Hall of Famer. What you do outside, off the field, clean it up. But yeah. So there's that. All right, back at it. But Poe, what you about to say?
When it comes to overrated, underrated, the basis moves, right, based off of how good you are. So with Josh, like, there's a lot of people that think that he's up there in the conversation with Mahomes. So players will say, well, there's no way in hell that he's up there in the conversation with Mahomes. That makes him overrated, even though he probably is around the 2 or 3 spot. If a lot of players are seeing that he's being talked at and looked at as in the conversation of Mahomes, they're going to assume that's overrated. Just like Jalen Hurts being considered in the top 3 or something. I don't have Jalen Hurts anywhere near top 3. So like that conversation makes him overrated. Tua being considered in the top 5 or whatever, that considers him overrated because I don't believe he'd be in there. Even though they're all great, I would assume Josh is around 2 to 4 for any competent football player. If people think that he's near, if people see a lot of people thinking that they're near that untouchable Mahomes as of right now, that's gonna be those 10 people that or 11 people that voted for him.
And you look at any of those guys in the top 5, like if any one of them had won a Super Bowl, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. Like, I mean, I give the Bills a hard time. Like that's my squad, but I give them a hard time. But it's like, the NFL has a Mahomes problem. They got a Chiefs problem. Like they beating everybody, not just the Bills. Like everybody's catching fades. So it's until someone figures out how to beat them. I mean, Joe Burrow and them did it, but that's it.
But he ain't healthy. He ain't healthy.
And Tom Brady did it, but he's the GOAT. Outside of that, name me somebody. Name me a team because they ain't losing, bro. Not in the playoffs.
The Dallas Cowboys. Coming at you with a 6-shooters. Bang, bang.
Oh, dog. The Cowboys.
Not with your 40-year-old.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb. Man's got the bag finally. He finally got the bag. Y'all signed Dalvin Cook today, which he's done. I mean, that's not
hold on. I said this. Hold on. Me and my homie said this because if you give me half of a Zeke and half of a Dalvin Cook, we got a whole running back, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Or 2 busts.
Yeah. That's a champ. That's a Super Bowl backfield in like 2017.
Adrian Peterson.
Hey, look, we're trying to be positive here.
They could have went out and got Frank Gore Jr. on the waivers. Instead, they pick up.
Wait, there's still time. There's still time.
He's already
on the Bills practice squad. I mean, you could theoretically get him.
Oh man, they need to get that boy.
Frank Gore Jr. would have been a good fit for that backfield. Instead, they wanted Dalvin Cook.
So let me ask y'all a question: do y'all think that currently the Dallas Cowboys have the weakest backfield as far as like running backs in the league?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Y'all niggas
and the NFC East?
I'm being dead ass. I'm being honest.
I can't disagree. Oh, wait.
Rico Dowdle, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott.
I think Russ said, hold on, wait.
He said, let me see who the one is. None. You don't have one. Yeah.
Hey, man, we running back by committee.
CJ.
We do got
Deuce. Yeah.
Deuce
bomb, baby. The Deuce is loose.
I would start him over all 3 other ones.
The Deuce, the midget with moves.
This is how big Deuce is right here.
Yeah, but he gonna get in and get out of there though.
No,
that's how small he is.
He gonna get in.
Move it side to side, hard to catch.
That nigga Sharpie. I mean, yeah. No, I like to make K-State. I mean, dude's helmet. Have y'all seen him in his uniform? Dude's helmet is bigger than his whole body. Like, swear to God. And Russ, you know I'm telling the truth, nigga.
But Deuce gonna produce.
What he produced last year?
Nothing because Tony Pollard was too busy getting tackled at the goal line. Deuce gonna do his thing.
Deuce not gonna get any.
Where is he on the depth chart right now?
4. He's gonna play special teams.
Okay. Back though, you know, you get a little quick screen. You get hey Deuce.
He need to lose weight and become Darren Sproles. I can see
that. Y'all ain't feeling that? The screen Deuce.
I mean, I hope he does well. I'm just saying he's small.
You gotta throw it perfect. You gotta throw it perfectly in the basket for Deuce to.
You know what? He gonna be open because CD gonna be open and CD gonna be getting all the coverage. So
let me ask y'all a question. In the NFC East, who got the best quarterback?
Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Cowboys. No Jalen Hurts.
It's not a. No,
it's definitely not it. And Danny Dimes is not it.
You know what Jalen reminds me of? Y'all remember when y'all was growing up and y'all had all-time QB, and that was just the nigga that could do everything. Like, who's gonna play quarterback? Jalen can throw the furthest.
He can't even do that.
Who's the 4th quarterback in that division?
Daniel Jones.
Danny Downs.
No.
Yeah,
that was the 3rd one I named. The other one.
Oh, Jaden Daniels.
Jane Daniels.
It might be him by the end of the year.
That's what I was about. I was about to
I don't like the rest. I don't like Washington, but Jay Daniels cold.
Russ, quick question, Russ. Who's y'all is y'all receiving core? CD, Cooks.
Why you gotta ask questions? Why you gotta ask questions like that?
I was just want to ask, is like, do y'all think that y'all go ahead to take a flyer on like a Michael Thomas who's just sitting there?
I
just like on a prove it 1 year deal.
Okay, so your question I have to answer, in my opinion, yes, because I don't like our receiving core. As the Cowboys fan on here, that most people say, you don't even like these niggas. Well, they don't win in the playoffs, so I'm disappointed in them. But I don't like the receiving core. I think Tolbert, he's got to prove something, and until he does, I'm not gonna sit there like, look, we have Jalen Tolbert. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we got Cooks, we got CD. I do think that they should go just because at some point, like, teams are gonna realize, like, oh shit, like Dak likes to throw the fur. You know what I'm saying? A lot, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I do think I wouldn't mind Thomas because he's a possession receiver, And watching Dak throughout the years, like he does well with possession guys because he throws on timing. So I wouldn't mind it. But you know,
to me why they
I don't think
waiver on Hunter.
But I don't think I don't think it's gonna matter. I think the Cowboys are still gonna win 10 to 12 games just because they have that down.
Go face stuff.
No. I mean, Poe, you
said that nonchalant like it was for show. Like that's not
because the Cowboys. Well, okay, let's be honest, bro. Like the Cowboys woes don't hit them to the playoffs, bro. Like the Cowboys play very well in the regular season. They win games in the regular season. This man has won 12 games 3 years in a row. It's not going to be something that's a surprise if they do well in the regular season. So, like Cowboy fans,
what happens in the playoffs? In your opinion,
we know what happens.
We know
what
lose.
Fucking happens. Yeah, we know what happens.
No, but
they didn't get better this year in the offseason at all.
But I don't think from the way that they play in the regular season, that's not going to be like the main weight in the regular season. What happens to the Cowboys is they get to the playoffs and their best player or their most important, I'll say their most important player chokes. So we can talk about what happened with the defense and how that went wrong, but let's just like the honest, like when you look at it, you say the game starts, the quarterback is like this, looking into the lights, and we end up losing. And so I don't have any fear for the regular season. If you talk to most Cowboys fans that I would say are competent, they would tell you like the regular season is not a problem for us. Like we're going to win enough games to make the playoffs. We might finish second in the division just because the voodoo that's on the NFC East. Like if they win the division this year, then it'd be the first time someone's won it back-to-back in like 30 years. So, yeah, so it's like it's not – we're expecting not to win it, but we're expecting to win enough games to make the playoffs. But we are waiting to see what's going to happen once we're in the tournament. Like, and yeah, Poe, like what's going to happen? The same shit that's always happened. I'm not going to sit here and hold some pom-poms and be like, no, we're going to do it. No, we're fucking not going to do it. But that's also, I think, something that's needed. This has been, except for, I want to say about 4 years ago when the Cowboys kind of made a turn into being a competent team, because it used to be we were 8-8. You know what I'm saying? We were always at that last game. And then like 4 years ago, we made that turn. That's the Cowboys a little bit more about business. Mm-hmm. Now Dak still choked. Now I believe that what Jerry Jones has done, even though I don't fuck with him like that, I think that he's actually created good tension. Because he's like, every year we greet y'all with love. Every year we greet y'all with happiness and cheers. And we think you can do it. And we always get let down. So this year they're being met with, what the fuck you gonna do, bro? Because like we're tired of the shit. And I think that's actually gonna do them some good.
You're going based off of history, which is fine. That's what they've done. And the fact of the matter is this team can win 13 games in the regular season, but they can also win 8. So like when you said that they're going to win 10 to 12 and you just said it confidently, which is the only reason I made a face, because they could win 8 and not make the playoffs. Like their roster didn't get any better last year. I think the other teams in the division actually did get better, all 3 of them, even though New York is still below them, Redskins are still below, or football team's still below them, or is it Generals now? The Eagles definitely got better. And they're definitely like a team that, if you were going to look head to head, is the team that probably moved up to the number 1 slot in that division with their additions. I just don't. The Cowboys could not make the playoffs and win 8 games. I wouldn't be surprised. They could win their division and win 12, 13 games too, and I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I feel like the Bills and the Cowboys are in a similar position. Because the Bills, to me, didn't get better this season. They're worse. You know, and you can't. I can't sit here with a straight face and tell you that the Bills are better, right? Like, so the Bill, I mean, if you look at the betting odds, the Jets are the favorite to win the division, and the Jets have a legit defense. So, yeah. And with Aaron Rodgers, you have to be. I mean, if you had a competent quarterback last year on the Jets, okay, they would have won the division. They would have won the division because they can beat the Bills.
I think the Dolphins smoked them, that defense, though, twice last year.
But with the competent quarterback, at least it's a game. And we know with the Dolphins, they falter toward the end of the season. We'll see if that's different this year.
We'll see.
They got better leadership this year, so those kind of things with Jordan down there.
We'll see.
It has to help. It has to help, because if it doesn't, then it's
probably just an organizational thing. Because from what I've seen so far, and I've spoken with Smokes as well about like what he's seen in previous years, this team is not the same culture that they had in previous years of just thinking that they were the shit without having to put in work. Calais Campbell being here is a big part. Terrence Armstrong's just like breeding off of that. Jordan, all these guys that they brought in that are vet guys that know how to win football games throughout the regular season. And then we'll see once we get to the playoffs. I'm not sure. That's where Jalen probably comes into play. He's got to step up and be a little bit more of a leader this year than he's been in previous years. He's won a Super Bowl. So I'm not saying that the Dolphins are auto locks, but this team throughout the end of the year will be better this year, in my opinion, than they were in previous years.
Yeah, they were better. I mean, they are better on paper this year. I always felt like it was a leadership thing with the Dolphins because they always had the talent. We'll see how it manifests itself. I mean, until they beat Buffalo, we got to sit here and say Buffalo's the king in the AFC East. I mean, just the way it is. Yeah. But we got to keep it real too. Like, the Bills didn't get better, and you can't just rely on Josh Allen to pull magic out of his ass every week.
Better this year.
They don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice. That's what you got this year.
They don't have a choice.
Can I shift? Because Boogie's over there in the corner, and I don't want to leave him out. NFC South, Boogie, what's up?
All right, we're talking about the NFC South. There's one clear favorite with the addition of Judon and Justin Simmons is the Falcons, dog. I'm sorry. It hurts me to say it, but it's the truth. The Falcons are the clear favorite. I don't think, like I've always said for the past few years, the Saints, if they make the playoffs, that's our Super Bowl. That is our ceiling. Anything after that is a plus. And, I know that, we got a new offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak. I just don't think that our offensive line is that strong with Ramchick out for the year. We got Trevor Penning as a revolving door when it comes to pass protection. It ain't really too much there that I would say that I have a confidence that they will win the NFC South. I'm sorry. The Panthers are the Panthers. They're still trying to find their legs. And,
I like Bryce.
Hey, look, I like Xavier Legette as well, but I just don't see them taking the lead. The Bucks can surprise you, I guess. But as far as what I gotta say, it's the fucking Falcons. Shit.
I actually liked what I saw from Baker last year. Towards the end of the year, I just feel like Baker stepped into one of his own, and I don't know what it was about being in Tampa. This is what we saw at the end of last year is what we wanted to see from Baker for like 5 years now, and we saw it a little bit like spurts in Cleveland. Obviously, I have something against Cleveland's organization, so like that organization just has a way of ruining talent. But I think Baker could come out ahead with Mike Evans and the boys in Tampa. I think it'll be a two-man race. Sorry about your Saints. I just don't see them. Okay. I'm hoping Spencer Rattler's starting. I hope they lose early, and I hope Spencer Rattler's starting by week 7. That's what I'd like to see because I feel like Spencer Rattler could be the guy for that team moving forward.
I think this is what I'm hoping for. I really wish that they would let Spencer sit and learn for a year if he's going to be the guy. I don't want to just throw him out there too early. I'd much rather us lose, and Hurricane hates Spencer Rattler. He's not a favorite by it. But
so if by week 7, Carr is not playing good, there's no this is what I mean by sitting guys. I'm cool with sitting guys, especially if they're winning football games. Sit them the entire year. But if you're not winning football games, there's no pressure to put them out there. You just put them out there, and your team's losing already. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's not.
Well, one of the things that is this, and this is how I feel about throwing young cornerbacks, that they get shell shocked. You can rattle their psyche, but based off what we see in Spencer in the preseason, he's very composed. He makes plays, but I would much rather them tank and get a high pick so we can go ahead.
What do you think about that?
What they should have kept Jameis. Yeah. Nah. Jameis was probably a great locker room guy, and I think that
go to pregame speeches.
I think I just read that Jameis might be on the move again. He might be going to the Broncos.
Why?
That I don't know.
Why would they go get Jameis?
And when they have what Bo Nix, Stidham, they ain't like Stidham won't do anything, but Bo Nix and Wilson. And
I like Jameis in Denver with Bo Nix. I think that'd be a good pairing. I mean, you mentioned it, Boogie. Like he's the ultimate locker room guy. Yeah. And I feel like in a pinch, he can win a game for you. Like Jameis is not trash. He ain't trash.
Who's Denver's coach?
Sean
Payton.
That's my thing though. Like Jameis got to go somewhere where the coach is gonna let him be a free guy. Like just let him do his thing.
You knew who the coach was. I'm sorry, you knew who the coach was.
Sean, Bill Belichick, Sean McDermott. None of them dudes are just gonna let Jameis be Jameis, and like that's what you got to do to let him be a good locker room guy. Is let him be himself and be goofy.
He got to go to Miami.
Yeah,
he got to go to somewhere like with McVay. McVay is very progressive when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like he can go to Carolina with Dave Canales.
Yeah. Who's the new guy? And he can go to the Chargers. Back up.
Nah, well, Jim is eccentric.
Jim would mess with him.
Jim lets you be yourself, but he has an expectation of like he wants grinders. He wants like, and I don't. No, well, I mean, we see his wacky ass training videos. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Those are bullshit, by the way. I think those are bullshit. I think he's just doing those for funny to make a funny video.
Nigga, he ain't,
bro. He's backing up into like, come on, bro. There's no way.
Y'all look at him. Y'all done seen a nigga's face when he's serious. That nigga's serious, bro. That nigga Jameis is serious, dog.
Bro,
the only thing I would say is this: with Sean. Sean does know how to, get the best out of his quarterbacks. You seen whenever Drew went down, Teddy Bridgewater went and won them 6 games. Mm-hmm. Sean can navigate those waters with quarterbacks. I've seen it over the years.
Bad quarterbacks.
Yes.
Not eccentric quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's ever navigated an eccentric quarterback. I've never.
But he did have Jameis there before Sean left. So there is a history there. Sure. So I can see the connection. But I think that Jameis is right where he needs to be in Cleveland.
I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
About quarterbacks. So Mike Tomlin came out and announced that Russell Wilson is a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What are y'all's thoughts on him beating out Justin Fields?
He's a cornball.
What?
I'm not going to go immediately there, but I am going to say, watching the coverage of it, and watching everybody go back and forth, and like he sucks, he's not doing good, he's doing good, he's not doing good. I think it was the right decision.
He's the best option. He's the best.
You got to let him. Yeah, you got to let him fail, and I think that Tomlin's thinking, I got Mason Rudolph to the playoffs. I got Pickett to the, you know what I'm saying? I can get Russell Wilson to do what I need him to do. So I think it was the right decision just because of competence. But I do think in the future, he is going to look for Fields to step it up.
This is my future in there.
This is what I think about. This is what I think about Russell in this situation. I think he's gotten humbled from his time in Denver. So he should be very willing to take the coaching here in Pittsburgh. Like Russ said, there's Pickett there. There's a lot of weapons to work with, and I think if Russell would just kind of just focus in, zero in, he's not going to be the same guy that he was in Seattle. I don't see that happening. But I do see that he could be successful in there, and I would, start him over Justin Fields.
I don't think it was ever really a competition. I think that they might have put it out there like it was, but I don't think it was ever really. And Justin Fields never wowed enough to make it a competition. I do think that Russell Wilson's appearance will get back to what it was before he won a Super Bowl in Seattle, to where he's not as eccentric with a guy like Mike Tomlin. Like Mike Tomlin really doesn't let you do bullshit. Like he doesn't really let, like you had guys like Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown who were like that, eccentric guys. But then once they started doing that, you were out. You were out of Pittsburgh. And so like he's not really going to let you just Broncos country, let's ride. Like that shit's not gonna happen anymore. So he's gonna lock down and be able to play football and just play and do his thing and not really speak to the media as much as he used to. And it'll be interesting to see him get back to work. And then you always have Fields to fall back on, but I just don't think Fields is any better.
Yeah, no.
I don't think you're getting anything better from Fields than you would from other than maybe being able to run the Wildcat at some point this year.
Mm-hmm. And I think Tomlin also said that they're going to be packages with Fields, so you will see Fields on the field in some capacity. But yeah, I value experience, and then, I got to think about it. Russell has won the Super Bowl, so I mean that's a big feather in his cap for me. And like Poe said, to me it was never really a competition or a quarterback battle. Russell's going to be the QB1. And, we could just watch and see what happens this season. But I do think that it's going to be a step up from his stop in Denver. I think he's going to perform better. But I don't think that it's going to be at that Seattle Seahawks level that we've all known him to play at.
Do y'all think it's more, because there's been a lot of talk about Justin Fields and, what his potential is. I feel like this. I feel like because he's lost his quarterback competition, it's wraps. It's over now. Like he's I don't know if he can be fixed at this point. Like, because we made a lot of excuses. Not we, I'm just saying the football fans in general made a lot of excuses for him. And it just doesn't, like watching the Buffalo game, for instance, like, man, he's late on stuff. He's not evaluating the fit. It's bad, man. And it's like he doesn't have outside of the athleticism, there's not anything that you can point to in Justin Fields' game where you go, we could work with that. I think that's the problem. When they talk about putting a quarterback at punt returner and kick returner, bro, it's over, dog.
That last bit, like you look at Justin and say, is there anything I can't work?
No, I can't work with that. Can't do anything with that, bro. Like,
am I wrong though?
He should switch. This is the first time that because Lamar got better at the quarterback position, playing quarterback as he's gotten older, I would never say that about him. But this is the first time where I've ever been like, bro, like you might want to switch positions and just see. I don't think that.
You think it could work for him?
I think that it just he needs consistency, and I think he's in the best place possible. Like this is one of those situations where I can't disagree with you two. But I also, in the back of my mind, like, if anybody can get this to work, it's going to be Tomlin. Like, if anybody can get this to work, it's Mike Tomlin. And this is the closest thing Mike Tomlin
are we talking
get to
like
top draft pick.
Organizationally, or because Mike Tomlin ain't never developed a quarterback?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
No, but
he can make it look all right.
Yeah, but peep this. If you're Mike Tomlin, you're like, this is the only chance I'm gonna get because I go 8-8 with nameless gray faces. I get 10 wins with fucking Mason Rudolph and guys that shouldn't be out here. So let me at least get a guy that if shit breaks down or if things go crazy, like he can make a play. And I think he just needs to be led along. I think a lot goes into the NFL and these quarterbacks playing way too early. And I think that some of these guys need the process. They need to be coached. They need to learn their playbook. They need to get the system down before they can be successful. And because of the money and because of the way things are just working now, everybody doesn't have that luxury. But I think if you're someone that like Mike Tomlin, you get a chance to get a guy that we may think what we think, but it's not really written in stone because he's.
I agree with you.
You take that chance.
I agree with you, but when on these quarterbacks that you say, oh, I don't know why they're playing so early. The problem with that is you have played enough to where we need to see something to where you could develop. there's been nothing in the passing game where I look at Justin Fields and I'm like, you know what? He could be an NFL quarterback at some point and be really good at NFL quarterback. There's been nothing that I've seen in 3 years of him playing quarterback other than an outstanding throw every now and then. And then we gas it up because we have such high expectations for Justin Fields where we gas up that play and that gives him an extended clock thing on his clock. I've never been a fan of him at quarterback. I've never been a fan of him playing quarterback because there was nothing that he gave me to where I was like, oh, okay, he might be that guy one day. Whereas Lamar, his rookie year, he ended up being the MVP because he was so dynamic running the football, but he also gave you throws and things like that to where he
tight window throws, throwing with anticipation, touch on the deep ball, like. Hey, he showed you that. Like, you're like, okay, like, we got something here.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I say one thing, though?
Yeah.
And because I believe coaching matters. And I think that part of the issue is the fact that I think that Justin Fields hasn't had that, you know what I'm saying, that good of a coach. 1 second, I got to make a draft. Because the Man Up League, I am drafting. You know what I'm saying? Wilson is on the squad. Just to let y'all know, first pick was Jamar Chase. Second pick was Wilson.
So, Russ, I understand what you're saying. Matt Eberflus is not a good head coach
at all,
but he is a good offensive coordinator. Like, the dude can call some offense, huh?
But you know what happens. But you know what happens whenever you can't get that. You know, I'm really in offensive coordinator. I'm with the quarterback. You head coach, you do everything. Arthur Smith is going to simplify things. Like we saw, Arthur Smith didn't even give the ball to Bijan Robinson. So like he's gonna simplify things to a point where it's like if you do have to play like Fields, you're gonna be running a lot and throwing to Fryer.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good argument. You can make with Justin Fields' athleticism, you can make an offense around him that won't be shitty. But I'm saying as far as him being a good quarterback. That's not. I don't think that's going to happen under the Steelers because they haven't been good at developing either. So it's not like he's going to turn into a good thrower at any point. Mm-hmm. But they can build an offense around any quarterback in the NFL that it won't be absolutely.
It's just not gonna get you anywhere in the playoffs. Yeah. It's going to get you 8 to 10 wins. Like if we're talking about a middle linebacker for the Steelers, Mike Tomlin going to develop that boy. He going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about quarterbacks. So anyway,
wide receivers.
Real quick before we move off of our NFL topic and discussion, NFL MVP. Who's the favorite right now for NFL MVP? Who do you think?
My
favorite?
Who do you think is going to win the NFL MVP?
It depends on the amount of wins, but if they get 10 wins,
right now,
because you got to win 10 games.
All health. Everybody's healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
It's gonna be Josh.
Joe Burrow.
You think Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Here's the thing.
I think he gets comeback player of the year.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think that like when you look at these players, we play a lot of fantasy. Like there's rarely times when really good players have back-to-back bad years. And so I'm looking at him. He's hurt, and being hurt is a bad year. He's coming back. Chase coming back. Higgins wants his money, so he gonna ball out. You know how football works. So I really do think that. I think that Joe Burrow gonna have a good
That's
season.
A good pick.
And so that would be my pick. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh is a good pick, but he lost his number one receiver. It's gonna be Josh or bust in Buffalo. You're depending on Aaron Rodgers' leg. The people in San Diego, my bad. The people in LA think for some reason that a miracle is going to happen, but no. So I just think that the most plausible pick is Joe Burrow.
Okay, Boogie.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question, Boogie? Mm-hmm. I got 47 seconds. I'm in the middle of the draft. Should I pick Alvin Kamara as my second running back, or should I go with, you know what I'm saying, a tight end or someone else, or a wide receiver? But
Rico Dowdle.
Alvin Kamara.
Rico Dowdle.
Alvin Kamara or DK Metcalf.
He catches the ball 4 times a game. Alvin Kamara.
I'm going with you, Cole. Alvin Kamara is my pick.
All right.
I'm doing the draft simultaneously, like real talk, while we're doing it.
So, Boogie, who's your MVP? It's tough, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. You know what? I'm just gonna throw a name out there. You know what? Fuck it. Shit. Let me. Lamar Jackson. That seems to be a very safe pick.
He can't win. He can't win it again. He can't win it again.
Back?
I don't think they're gonna let him do that.
They're not gonna let him get 3.
They're not gonna let him do that.
I'll say this. Honestly, I really don't know, bro. As far as like MVP goes,
I say
to me, it's too early.
Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy. Think about Mahomes. He got speed back in his offense now. He is going to put up 40 to 50 touchdowns this year. Watch.
So we remember last year's conversation and we had this conversation, me and you, Sterls, when we were on the podcast last year. It's like the whole thing about this MVP voting is narratives. The narrative for this year is going to be Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Burrow for comeback player of the year. This is why I think that takes them out of the MVP races, because that's going to be the conversation all years, who gets the comeback player of the year between those two. I think that Brock Purdy is already in this game manager conversation, and Jalen Hurts, to where they're not going to win an MVP unless they go crazy for 4,500, 5,000 yards in a year, which I don't see happening. I do think it's going to be Josh with the least amount of weapons he's ever had. That's going to be the narrative, as long as Josh could carry this team to the playoffs, 10, 11 wins. And then the narrative of Patrick Mahomes winning his 3rd straight Super Bowl. And if it looks like the Chiefs are going to win another Super Bowl going into the playoffs, he's going to win the MVP. No, I think that they'll give it to him because he's tied right now with Lamar. I think they're going to give it to him if he looks like he's going to win the Super Bowl going into the playoffs, and they'll give it to Josh if he makes a really good run and a good playoff seed with the team that he has right now.
If the Bills win 12 games, Josh Allen is your MVP.
He'll win MVP. Yeah.
If they win 12 games, but I don't think they're going to win 12 games.
They're not. So
they're going to win like 9 or 10. Well. That's the Bills. That's where they're at right now. So I don't know.
Damn.
I'm just being honest, bro. And I love my team, but I mean, think about it. I ain't even gonna get into it. I mean, we I'll talk about the Bills all the time. I don't know, dog. So all right, let's roll off to college football now. So
yes,
before we even talk college football, I think it's only fair for the guys on the show to recognize the champion. The Michigan Wolverines are still NCAA champions of the world. Okay, we are a top of the football kingdom. Now, we did this with Boogie. When Georgia won theirs, I said the same thing. You know, Boogie, hey, you're Georgia Bulldogs. Y'all are still the champions. Give Michigan their due, Russ. I know you don't want to. The Wolverines are still number one. Okay, now we can talk about college football. We got some big time matchups this week. Well, we got some good matchups this week. I ain't gonna say big time matchups.
The jump up is good.
However,
you can say big time.
Russ, I'm gonna give you the floor first. Before we jump into this week, let's talk about Georgia Tech FSU. This is a game where, if you're a betting man, the spread was 10 points. That favored Florida State. I didn't think Georgia Tech would. I thought they'd hang, but I didn't think they'd win the game. What's wrong with Florida State? And DJ Uiagalelei, that's Poe's cousin. That's his cousin, dog. You know.
Is that really your cousin? Because that nigga trash, bro.
I can't hear you, Poe. You muted.
Can't hear you, Poe.
Oh, he's not my cousin, but he's not trash. He played well.
He's something.
He started slow.
He's a game manager. He's a game manager.
That's probably it. He's a game manager, but we expect him to be the guy.
Why?
Boogie.
What has ever told y'all he was about to be the guy? He's been a game manager for years.
What Boogie posted in the chat is real. If you play college football, that Jim came up and an X came on that hoe. DJ is not the nigga you want, bro. That nigga. All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Poe.
If you let me continue, you'll just be like, I'm hating on him. But I have not been a DJ Uiagalelei fan since he fucking stepped on the field. And nigga tried.
I watched him all year at Oregon State. I know exactly. I watched every Oregon State game last year because I'm a big Oregon State guy. Jordan used to go there. He is a certain type of good to where you need to run the ball well. You need to play defense, and he's
Tyrod Taylor.
The game.
But not as dynamic.
I mean, if I was to compare him to an NFL guy right now, I would compare him to like a Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy type of player.
Like Brock Purdy's, that's high. Brock Purdy can play.
Brock Purdy also has one of the best offenses, or he's had one of the best.
One of the best systems for sure.
The best running backs.
When are we gonna just look at the body of work and say, look, bro, you had Clemson when they was on top, you failed. You went to Oregon State, you went there, you did a little something, but you still look like a B.
He played really good last year.
He played good, safe football.
I have no faith in DJ winning any games that are meaningful for my team.
I mean,
against good competition.
DJ beat the Ducks last year.
Bo Nix was their quarterback.
He's in the NFL.
Is good.
What?
Bo Nix is not good. We'll find out.
Bo Nix is about to start in the NFL.
Bro, hold on. Bo Nix was like 29, 30 years old in the fucking NCAA.
Yeah, he's older.
How good he is?
He's still a good.
He's won against good teams. He's won against good teams. He's just a game manager.
I feel sorry for the Broncos.
That's tough,
Russ. I feel more sorry for Florida State. No, I'm not gonna lie. I had a homie that was in our league. You know who you are. You had Georgia State. You switched to Florida State because they wasn't good enough. They beat Florida State. Florida State ain't shit.
I had Georgia Tech win.
Run around with all that bullshit, man.
What
Georgia Tech was.
I picked Georgia Tech to cover, and I had them winning because
Florida State shit.
No, because the odds are so crazy, and I know that DJ is not a guy that's going to go out and give you 35 points. Your defense has to play well, which Florida State's defense did not play that. They didn't turn the ball over at all. They didn't really play that well against Georgia Tech. And if it gets down to a one-possession game at the end of the game, DJ did his thing. But the unfortunate thing is Florida State's defense didn't do their thing at the end of the game. That's what happens. DJ gets you in a lot of one-score games. He'll get you a score at the end of a game. He'll drive down and get you some points, and your defense is going to have to hang on. Like, he's a bend but don't break type of quarterback. Like, that's the type of style that they play.
Do you think Florida State's going to make a bowl game?
Nope.
Yeah, of course.
How many shots?
I think Florida State beats a lot of teams by one possession this year that you guys don't know.
Do you drink?
He's waiting for a shot on the bed.
Do you drink?
You still owe me some shots.
Well, hold on. Wait, let me do my thing. Do you take shots?
Yeah, you still owe me some shots. What do you mean?
How many?
I think it was like 2. I remember we had a conversation. We go back and look at the tapes. Sterling was in here. We made a bet on
it's 3.
on Dallas winning on Dallas winning the whole thing, and they didn't.
This nigga just destroyed.
Okay, so that should be enough to cover my.
That's 1.5.
He said that's 1.5. Hey, y'all remember that time I had Russ on here drunk in the game? Like 7 shots.
Whoa, that was 7 shots in. I was lit. But no, okay, so that should cover my bet. And I got some more to cover the other 1.5. So
you don't think Florida State make a bowl game?
No.
I'll make a bet. I'll make a bet on that.
No.
Okay, hold on. While you guys are talking, I'm gonna pull up their schedule. How about
4
that?
shots? Let me. Wait. You know what? I step in it, so we can do 4. You read the schedule next.
I know they're gonna make a bowl game, so I'm yeah, absolutely.
They gonna win it. I said win a bowl game.
We can do an extra one for win. You said they weren't gonna make one. So.
Okay, I changed it. Okay, so they're gonna win a bowl game.
You ready? I'll tell you who they're playing.
Wait. I'm sorry, wait. So before they do this, I want to do a blind bet. I don't think they will win a bowl game.
I don't like that bet because I don't know who they're going to play in the bowl
game.
Okay. What if they win the rest of the game?
Neither do I, my nigga. Neither do I.
So if they win the rest of the games and they play against a good team in the bowl game, they might not win. I'm not confident in that.
Ride the wave.
No, I don't make gambles. I make predictions.
Oh my God!
Can I read this schedule now?
Yeah,
all right. Georgia Tech lost. Boston College, okay. Memphis
lost. Oh, I thought you said Boston College.
No. Boston College, Memphis, Cal.
Win. 3 wins.
Win.
SMU,
win.
Clemson.
What? I don't know. That's DJ's comeback to Clemson.
Hey,
I don't know.
They're gonna smash.
It might be 5 wins. 5 wins right there. I got 5.
And
they let them go for a reason.
Duke.
Win.
Miami.
That might be a loss. In Miami?
Yes.
Yeah, that might be a loss. Rivalry game.
I'll give a win at Duke.
North Carolina.
Win.
Notre Dame.
That might be a loss.
Yeah.
And that's at Notre Dame.
Might be a loss.
Tell the truth.
Charleston Southern.
The win. 8.
And Florida.
Win. At Florida State.
That one is at hold up. That one is at Florida State.
Yeah, that's a win. I got 9 wins.
Okay, no. Florida's gonna beat them niggas. Florida's gonna be good this year.
They're not at Florida State.
No, they're not.
not at Florida. Not Florida State.
I can't wait. Florida is going to be good.
Okay, so you say no bowl, Russ?
No. I said they cannot win a bowl. I respect what Poe said when he was like, you don't think they're gonna make a bowl? They can win 6 games. I'm not gonna be stupid, but I don't think they can win a bowl game.
The bet would be tough because if they win 6, then I would take that bet because whoever they're going to play in the bowl game is going to be pissed. Okay. But if they win 9 or 10, I don't know.
If they don't play a top 5 team, they'll lose.
The top 5 teams are going to be in the playoff.
Top 12, and they ain't the top 12. They're going to be in the top 12.
All right, so they will lose their bowl game.
How about this? We revisit the bet once the bowl season gets rolling, and we'll see there. Because we're betting too far out now. You're trying to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can bet if they're going to make a bowl game.
That's all I'm trying to do right here. Is head on Florida State.
Okay.
No, I say let's revisit the bet.
Yeah, let's revisit it, and we totally will. Okay, so week 1, UGA versus Clemson in the AFLAC kickoff
you really
game.
Gonna do this? What day is that game?
Huh?
What day is that game? Because I'm about to get on your ass, Sterling, because I think you're doing me a disservice.
How am I doing you a disservice?
Because you over here telling me about a game to start the season. Oklahoma plays on Friday against Temple. That's the jump off punch.
Temple wins that game.
I'm not going to argue because I love my team. And I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth, but you gonna know about Jackson Arnold before he gets
ain't nobody watching. Ain't nobody watching that on Friday night.
They gonna watch it.
We are.
We are. When it's tied at the end of the game, they're gonna watch that for sure.
I'm watching it. And I'm gonna get Russ on the phone.
You know what I've been saying this entire time. There's a storm coming. It's crimson. It's got some cream coming behind it.
Yeah, Alabama.
And Jalen Milroe's the quarterback.
Alabama's crimson and white. Alabama's crimson and white. They don't have the cream mixed in, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dollar bills, y'all.
All right, so thoughts on that? Not the Friday night game, but Saturday, UGA Clemson. Boogie, this your squad.
UGA. Dabo and Kirby meeting up. But I'm going with Georgia. Easy peasy.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
I have a different game. I think it's going to be the game of the day, week, I guess. USC's playing LSU, guys.
Who?
I think USC's playing LSU, and I think USC versus LSU is going to be the game of all games. Like
LSU about to beat them by 40, and let me tell you why. So? Every time an old school Pac-12 teams play the top team to start their season, they get ran. And I don't know what it is about the old school Pac-12 teams and playing early on against these head honchos, but I just think USC is going to get ran in this game by a lot.
I don't know. I think you're right in the terms of what we know, but with the 12-team playoff, with Lincoln Riley needing this, and with the fact that LSU is they're both like what I call base teams. Like if you just be like, yo, give me a good team, I could give you USC and I can give you LSU. And both of them have just like base good teams. So I think it's gonna be a very even matchup. I think that when everybody watches everything that goes on, Florida Miami is gonna be a barn burner, I think. But I also think that game with LSU and USC, I think that's gonna be a really good game, bro.
On paper it should be. On paper it might be. But I don't think it will be.
Right now the spread is 4 points favoring LSU. My thing is this: who's the quarterback for LSU? Right, like because we know they got dynamic playmakers all over the field. We got Harry Perkins coming to another season. I think that defense is pretty good. USC, I mean, have they fixed their defense? I think that's the biggest question mark for me about USC, and I don't think they have.
No, it's Lincoln Riley. I'm an Oklahoma fan. I can tell you. No, I watched it for every year.
Did they have a new quarterback and
it's a lot.
He gonna throw around the yard. Like USC is gonna throw all around the yard. They're gonna get a lot of points. The offense is gonna be unstoppable, but they're not gonna be able to stop them.
A new offense with new quarterback, new best receiver, new second best receiver.
Lincoln Riley knows how to get the best out of his offense, so I'm not worried about that.
I'm not worried. Okay, Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. Right now, Texas A&M is favored by 3 points.
So let me just say this about that game. And I feel the need to kind of, not shit on A&M because of the past. In the past I've always shitted on A&M. I think this is how I look at it. So Notre Dame has a fairly easy schedule. I think the only other ranked team that they have to play is Florida State. If they can get past this, they can pretty much punch their ticket into the college playoffs. I think they're going to be zeroed in on this game. They know how important it is. It's going to be hard to go into Kyle Field and actually play because it's a very loud environment. But the one thing that I did learn by looking at this is what the new coach at A&M was the old coach for the quarterback for Notre Dame, I believe so. And I think that's something that you need to watch out for. Sterling, you can fact check me if you can fact check me on that one. But I think that the current head coach of A&M was the old coach for the Notre Dame quarterback. So I don't know how that's going to affect the game, but I got to give it to Notre Dame on this one. I think Notre Dame is they understand what lies ahead of them. Looking at their schedule, they get past this, they're pretty much in the college football playoffs.
So you're taking Notre Dame?
Yes.
Okay. I have a hard time with this game just because both these teams always seem to fail. You know what I mean? Like they choke. And it's like the battle of who's going to choke the most.
Yeah.
Pause. And I feel like, Notre Dame has a better roster. They got a better quarterback, right? The kid from Duke, Riley, is quarterbacking for Notre Dame. They got a good defense. They always got a good defense. But, like, when push comes to shove, like, Notre Dame hasn't done nothing in years. Texas A&M, all their best players hit the transfer portal for the past few years. Huh?
Is it at A&M?
Yes,
this game, it's at A&M.
That might be the only difference maker that
their advantage, yeah.
Home field advantage.
It's home field advantage.
That's probably why I would pick A&M, but it could go either way.
It's really a coin flip of a game, really. I don't think the only reason why I'm leaning towards Notre Dame is because I'm being optimistic about this, and don't take this as a betting chip or anything like that. Just looking at their schedule, you get past this game, man, you're home free. You have to worry about Florida State and Georgia Tech, and those are probably the only other games. But I'm going Notre Dame. I was trying to convince myself, but no.
I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
No, Boogie, I ignored it. I ignored it. No, right. I'm not going. But King J,
Diddler.
You need to calm down. You need to take a breath and calm down. We ain't about that life around here. You need to go find you someone else about that life. We talk sports here. You calm down. But we like that you're here. We like that you're here, and we like that
nigga, you can leave, nigga.
No. We want you to be a part of this. Just leave the jizz other places. And fuck Texas A&M. I don't have much more to say except for what Sterling said. These two teams are the teams that fuck up the most, but Texas A&M fucks up the most of everybody. There has not been another team that has made so much of an effort to get away from two other teams and still end up in the same conference with them two teams. So I can't wait for Oklahoma. And I can't wait for Texas to bend y'all boys over and tell you welcome back to normal program, scheduled program. So, I would take Notre Dame. I don't have any faith in Texas A&M, but I do think with all the hype and everything going around Notre Dame, they need to play a team with athletes, and this is going to be a team with athletes. And we need to see how Notre Dame does, because we know Notre Dame's main problem is they get out there with some fast niggas and they ain't fast niggas. So they need to see if their athleticism keeps up. And I have faith in Freeman and the boys.
All right. So
to Mr. Ghostin, yes, I know you read that other comment. Hell no. We ain't about that life.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up. Before we wrap up the show though, we'll add our next list to next week. But Boogie, dog, what's up with these bots in the chat, bro? We didn't even talk about that.
Bots in the chat. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Russ done.
How did this happen, bro?
Bro, Russ has just been
Russ, what did you do?
Adding bots, and they have been pause worthy. Jesus Christ.
Wait, okay. So let me go through what happened. Hold on, let me make my pick. Let me go through what happened. Damn, I made the wrong pick. Let me go through what happened. And so, to those that don't know, those that are following, the Hesi podcast has a draft available. I mean, a Discord available. We are on the Discord, Pose in the Discord, Sterling's in the Discord, me, Boogie. And in order to make the Discord a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, enjoyable, interesting, I was like, let me put some artificial intelligence bots in there and let me see them talk. So the first go-around was a disaster because for some odd reason, all my bots were gay. I don't know what happened, but every time Boogie said something, they were trying to give Boogie some cock. And I don't know what was going on.
What?
But the bot, no, Boogie, like you activated the gayness. I'm not saying you activated the gayness.
All I just asked.
No, that's exactly what he just said. He said you activated the gayness. That's what I heard him say. Boogie, I wouldn't have that if I was you. I'm not having
that. I get you. Boogie did nothing sus. Boogie would ask a regular question, and the nigga would say some gay ass shit that was like off the wall, like super gay. So what I did was I got rid of the bots and I redid them. And the Boogie can tell you they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing they're toned down a lot.
Yeah.
But I would say just the whole purpose of this is to tell everybody, join the Hesi Podcast Discord. If you don't have a link, ask one of the show hosts for a link, ask me for a link, and we'll make sure that you get one. 1 second, y'all. I gotta pick my defense. Little Jets. And so, hey, I gotta pick what I think is good. So, anybody and everybody that wants to join the Discord, we'll have the link. You could join it. It's just about sports talk, posting memes, posting sports information. We do have bots in there, bots to keep it fun. The fantasy bot, though, I redid Pete. Because Pete was embarrassing us. Yeah. And so I redid Pete. The Pete bot does give very, very good logical fantasy advice. So if you go into the Discord and you see the fantasy page, you go up in there, you can ask Pete some questions about start and sit. He'll answer those questions. So yeah, it was a fucking disaster. Disaster when I first put him in there, but now I've done some recalibrations, and so the bots are getting better. And we're just here to provide a community online on the show. And then of course, with this community online, you get in the Discord, we're going to invite you to different, PS5 leagues, Xbox leagues, and just sports talk in general. But yeah, the bots was funny because they said some really, really foul shit to Boogie. And I was like, oh my God. It was ridiculous.
Felt violated.
All right. He was in jail. He was in prison.
No, it was hilarious, dog. It was.
But a great idea. But those, just a caveat, just to add on for those who don't know, we got in the bot sphere. You know what I'm saying? We got the Psycho T, the Tom Brady bot. This is a rude Tom Brady bot that talks shit about him being the GOAT and nothing else. We got the Fine bot. That's Paul Feinbaum. It's a college football genius. You can literally ask it anything. It's a bubble championship. Nigga, you ain't shit. You picked your team after you got your ass beat because you thought you was good enough to use Houston. We don't respect that shit. The only reason you put it in the chat is because you wanted me to say something about it. So this is something I'm going to say something about it. Your championship means doo-doo. It is the shit we flush down the toilet.
That's disrespect, Russ.
After we let me get it.
Like that. Give that man his props, dog.
Oh my god.
Give that man his due, bro.
Shotgun, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, hey. We love champions around here.
Boo, tomato.
We love champions
around
here.
Like the regular season, but we talk about the playoffs.
Give him his due, Russ.
No, I'm not. I'm hating. Fuck that nigga and his squad.
See, that's why we got to do Russ dirty like that. You know, hey, you know, my man's won the championship, dog. You know what we do around here. You know, we promote champions around here, Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we do around here on the Hesi Podcast.
Season, boys, we don't like the regular season around here.
Hey, with that being said, we muted that nigga Russ. He can't say shit right now, and we love it. We love it right now, y'all. This is the Hesi Podcast. It's Wednesday night, and we up out of here. Peace.
तेरी यादों का तेरी याद में निहा 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 तेरी याद